Up, you're here at the Health Light. This is Dr. Williams-Singh. If you're new to this channel, I'd just like to introduce myself to you. My name is Dr. Williams-Singh, and I'm an acupuncture physician, and the videos that's uploaded on this channel is mostly videos contributing to health awakening, enlightenment, and knowing your environment, and a variety of illnesses, a variety of techniques and ideas, and also widening the scope and information about certain plants that's out in our environment. So if these are things that interest you, you might consider subscribing today. What you're looking at on the screen on location is a plant, and this plant is called by a variety of names depending on the country where you live. It could be called tuna, it could be called Nepalis, and also prickly pear. And most significantly in the plant kingdom is called Optunia ficus indica. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be reading to you. It's not going to be long and lengthy. The chemical analysis and the nutritional content of the prickly pad and the historical significance. Let's look at first the historical significance. This plant has been here for many, many years. And I go back into saying more specifically, since prehistoric times. It is known in Mexico to be utilized as a part of their diet and agriculture. That's in Mexico. It is known in North America. It's known in South America, worldwide, Africa, the Caribbean, Australia, and I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg. It's known all over the place. This plant, and I'm going to refer to it as prickly pear, but I just said all the things that, all the names that we know it by. If you look at the top in the center, like, let me see if I could get you a little closer to it. There is a red fruit, and that is a berry. Some people have utilized that to make juice. It is not very sweet, but that's what they do. And as I said, in Mexico, they've utilized that in their diet, meaning they'll slice it up and make it with an egg as their meal. Can you see that berry at the top? Each of the items, when I say items, I'm talking about the pads. That's what I'm going to refer to when I tell you something very specific about this plant. You can actually grow this plant in your home by getting a pad. I don't know of it having any seeds. I really do not know this plant as having any seeds. Now that's something to consider. I know you could grow it from the pad itself. You'd need to take the pad, put it in some soil, put it in whatever container you have, and you could keep it in your home if you'd like. But it needs that sunlight in order for it to grow. Next up, the environmental conditions of growing this plant means that it has a very high tolerable resistance to extreme environmental conditions. And that makes sense because, like I said, it's been here since prehistoric times. However, this is very key and very important. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot have any pesticides or any insecticides that come in contact with the plant because it will destroy the health of the plant. And quite frankly, it'll destroy your health as well. Next, if you choose to fertilize this plant, it has a toxic effect on the plant. Let me repeat that. If you choose to use fertilizer for this plant, it'll have a toxic effect for the plants. So you cannot use any kind of fertilizer. So here we go. Some people have utilized the pads, that would be the younger pads, for the treatment of diabetes and gastrointestinal purposes. The chemical analysis reveals the following. It has pectin, mucilage, minerals, protein, essential amino acids, and also vitamins. More specifically, the studies also report that it has high levels of amino acids, proline, taurine, serine, and micro mineral content, carbonate, chloride, sulfate, and phosphates. The older pads, that would mean the bigger pads, that is where you'd find the higher level of calcium. So let's review. This plant, in some places, they have utilized the plant for sunburn. You could also use the plant for your hair as a conditioner. On your face, these are all external uses. And some individual has used it in a form of cooking or even making a juice. Until the next video, come back and bring a friend. Dr. Williams-Singh, here at The Health Light.